thinking this morning about how technology and the changes in technology have basically made us so once upon a time when we didn't have phones or technology or even like landlines or letters. Once upon a time, we lived in a world where we had to communicate face to face. And in that world, if someone ignored you, that was an incredibly rude thing to do. Potentially even an incitement to violence because of the insult it would cause. Now, we evolved like that to communicate, to respond quickly. And then technology came along and changed everything. And instead of communicating efficiently and effectively face to face and then having long periods of solitude to reflect upon that communication, we live in a world where basically you're face to face with almost, you're effectively face to face with almost everybody you've ever met. And everyone you've ever met can at any point just reach out and say something to you. And so then there's this like biological need to respond quickly. Now, not everybody's like that. Some people are lucky. Some people can compartmentalize. Some people can avoid looking at their phone, avoid checking notifications, then deal with them all at once, like in a kind of very considered way. But for the rest of us, it creates this tension between our need to process and our need to be polite. And I think that these programs, these hostile, predatory social media programs that compete for our attention, that I think that they play upon our need to be polite in order to feel like we're avoiding confrontation. It's like if we ignore something, there's that primal thing, oh, this will lead to conflict. And most of us are quite conflict averse. And so what happens is you get this sort of always on feeling, like you need your phone with you in case someone's trying to get in touch with you because you wouldn't want to be rude, because you wouldn't want to give insult. But if you went and said to somebody who didn't have that thing, and you said, hey, we've come up with this device, and what it means is that you'll have to respond to everybody all the time instantly. What? Like, and the problems that it solves most of the time, because it does solve some problems, like when you're organizing, right? It solves problems that are solvable in other ways and solvable in ways that build trust and teach patience. So like if you are organizing to meet someone, before there was, any tech, you'd have to say, I will meet you when the sun rises on the 5th day from now at the tree with the beautiful red berries. And then you'd spend 5 days and you'd go there and you'd wait for the sun to rise and you'd sit under the tree with the red berries. And if the person showed up, they were trustworthy and you could rely on them. And you yourself had demonstrated patience and an ability to delay interaction. Whereas now, people are like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'll message before I'm setting off. This like pathological need to ensure that the other person doesn't experience any discomfort at all, which on the face of it is like a kind thing to do. In the moment, to remove another person's discomfort is polite, it's kind, it's considered. But it's in those small moments of discomfort that we build resilience and strength. You know, to experience discomfort and then have it alleviated teaches you to endure discomfort. Whereas now, you know, the idea that you might be bored for even a second is horrifying to most. The idea that you might not be able to find something out for a few minutes is kind of horrifying. It was to me. So I'm still in the middle of a 36-hour fast, and I've been reading a book called Infinite Jest. It's a very dense text. It's got a lot of words that I don't know the meaning of, and I like to think that I have quite a large vocabulary. But I have had no way to check those words. So I've had to make a list of words, and when I get my screens back at 25 past 1 today, for some weird reason that's the time I've set, when I get my things back, I'm going to have to go through those words and look them up. And some of them are like philosophical terms and everything else. And so I've had to, but in the meantime, I've been thinking about those words. And some of them I've figured out, right? So, or I kept reading and the context of the book gave me insight into what the words were. And that's a really healthy thing to do, right? That's really healthy. Whereas if I'd had my phone or whatever, I probably would have looked up the words instantly, found them out. They wouldn't have meant anything, so I'd have forgotten what they meant straight away. And in the worst case scenario, would have got lost in my phone and stopped reading this really dense text. Okay, have a good day.